Showers easing and a top of 21 tomorrow. Good afternoon, I'm Tamira Francis with the 3 o'clock news.
Defibrillators Australia. Protecting hearts, keeping your business compliant. Don't risk the fine. Defibrillatoraustralia.com.au.
One Nation leader Pauline Hanson has been suspended from the Senate for the next 7 sitting days. It follows her decision to wear a burqa into the chamber late yesterday after she was prevented from having a debate to ban the full face covering. Senator Hanson has been widely criticised over the stunt, arguing she had been disrespectful to people of the Muslim faith. The opposition has again gone on the attack against Federal Energy Minister Chris Bowen and his new international climate role. Mr Bowen will become President of Negotiations ahead of next year's COP summit in Turkey. The coalition argues he's now a part-time minister unable to focus the energy crisis at home. Liberal leader Susan Lee used question time to taunt Mr Bowen upon his arrival in Parliament from climate talks in Brazil.
Welcome back to Australia. The coalition thanks the full-time president of COP31 negotiations for taking the time today to make himself available and accountable to the Australian Parliament in his capacity as part-time energy minister.
Meantime, Mr Bowen has defended the decision to become lead negotiator, arguing it is in Australia's best interest he takes on the international role.
If you are a serious party or government, you want your country to do well whether you're in opposition or in government. And I'm pleased that this government's achievements have been recognised with the appointment of COP negotiations president, Mr Speaker. I am pleased about that.
Meantime, Barnaby Joyce says he'll likely make a decision about his political future by the end of the week. The Nationals MP is expected to quit the regional party and move across to rival One Nation. Colleagues are warning him against the move, arguing others who defected to One Nation have come to regret their decision. The cost of the tainted play sand clean-up in South Australia is now expected to exceed $1.5 million. More than 500 South Australian public schools, preschools and hundreds of non-government sites were affected by the recall of the colourful sand due to potential asbestos contamination. It was sold at Officeworks, Target and Kmart, among other retailers. And the State Education Minister is calling for them to help fund the clean-up. It'll be an extra long Black Friday in Rundle Mall. The shopping strip will be open till midnight. 2024 Black Friday shoppers spend 52% more in the mall than an average Friday. Minister Kyan Ma says opening till midnight will also be on offer in December.
As legislative change happened in 2022 and allows for these 4 extra days trading till midnight, and that's done in conjunction with businesses about what the best time for them is, but also unions that represent shop workers to make sure we're getting that balance for families right too.
Parents say their lives have been transformed by new rules allowing GPs to prescribe ADHD medication. Nearly 3,000 patients have had their scripts filled since the initiative was introduced in September. Jen Chambers says access to the medication has opened doors for her daughter Tessa.
This child is now flourishing. She is thriving at school. She's heavily involved in extracurricular, choir, soccer, dance, heavy in the school community. She wants to run for school captain next year.
Now turning to FIVEAA sport. Not long ago at Adelaide Oval, Western Australia trails South Australia by 34 runs with 8 wickets left on day 4 of their Shield match. To the Supercars, for the first ever grand final that gets underway in the city on Thursday, defending champion Will Brown says while only 4 drivers have a shot at winning, there is still plenty of motivation for the others.
I think you would be trying to help your teammate if you weren't in the final 4. You know, you see other teams like Chaz's and also Kai's that both have a teammate not in there.
A father-son duo will team up tomorrow afternoon as tennis doubles act. Leighton Hewitt and 16-year-old son Cruz will play in the city of Playford Tennis International. It's a free entry for any fans wanting to watch the action. And former Crow Harry Schomburg has been picked up by West Coast. He joins 2 other recently delisted players, Brisbane's Devon Robertson and Collingwood's Finn McRae, who've signed with the Eagles in the pre-season SSP. Schomburg played 62 games for the Crows over 6 years, but only 1 in the 2025 season. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Afternoon at Allaby Gardens. Urgent electrical works from earlier crashed Port Road near the Servo. Pretty slow around the east end of the city and the east end of the Parklands. So the road closures for the Adelaide Grand Final, which is kicking off Friday. Pretty busy right now at Flinders Park Range Road and Holbrooks Road intersection. And we've got a camera today at Kings Road, Paralawi. JB Hi-Fi's Black Friday Blitz is on now with crazy deals like $450 smashed off a Samsung Galaxy S24 256 gig phone. JB stores open late all week. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy this afternoon, showers easing and a top of 21 tomorrow. Thursday, a morning shower or two, 21 again. Friday, showers and 24. Saturday, a shower or two and 21, and much the same for Sunday. Right now, it's 23 degrees on 5AA. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, notorious SA killer Bevan Spencer Von Arnhem on his prison deathbed. Families tell of their hope for answers. We're live to the new search for little Gus in the state's mid-north. Diabetes breakthrough, 2 treatments working wonders. And the simple supermarket price change boosting your savings in health. 9 News, your news. Night at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
As always, lovely to have your company at any time of the day, particularly in the last hour because it is our Complete Care live stream. That's complete with a K. You can watch us as well as listen to us, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. We have a big hour on the way. Jamie Jury's going to join us this hour, talk about his new show on Channel 9. And very shortly you will hear and see the director of Bend It Like Beckham. She's got a brand new film out for Christmas, so we'll speak to Gorinda in just one moment. Before we do that, I do want to tell you about Friday. It is one of the great days on the 5AA calendar and across the state because it is our 5AA Radiothon for Variety, the children's charity. We need your help. We want to raise as much funds as we can to ensure that Christmas is special for all South Australian kids, regardless of the challenges that they are facing. Now, all day, and myself included, we will be broadcasting live from the Adelaide Airport. We will be there from 1 o'clock, just next to the Cooper's Ale House. So if for whatever reason you're anywhere near the airport, come and say hello. If you know someone that's coming in or out of the airport, make sure they pop over and say hello. Well, also, for those of you who can't get to the airport, we will be taking donations not just this week, but also on the day. You've got a chance to bid for some really amazing auction items across the day. If you want to find out what they are, if you want to find out more, you can go to 5AA.com.au. Keep listening to 5AA, but lock it in all day from breakfast to Graham to myself to sport. It's going to be a lot of fun for Variety's Radiothon this coming Friday. All right, are you ready? Let's get in the Christmas spirit. New film for you to check out this week. It's called Christmas Karma.
Come on, you're fleecing me here.
It's busy everywhere, mate.
I am going to walk.
No tip, not even tonight. It's Christmas Eve. What do they call you then? Scrooge?
These kids should be arrested for making such a terrible noise.
Looks like somebody's on the naughty list.
Open your heart and listen. 3 spirits will come to you tonight.
I don't believe in ghosts or spirits. This is ridiculous. You're not even dressed like a ghost.
I'm your ghost of Christmas past.
I remember.
Uganda has declared all Asians must leave immediately.
I was frightened. It was my home. I didn't want to leave. You think these memories will change me?
Yes.
Find forgiveness. Why should I do the forgiving?
You must have heard of karma.
Well, I was taught it as a child.
So that is the trailer for Christmas Karma, which is a Christmas musical comedy drama film. It's written and directed by my next guest, Gorinda Charter. It is a Bollywood musical-inspired adaptation of the Charles Dickens classic, A Christmas Carol. She joins me, I'm assuming from London. Gorinda, lovely to see you. How are you?
Lovely to see you too. Yes, it is London. You can see morning there, night here, but getting into the Christmas spirit.
Oh, I love it. Do you know, I was thinking your film should be the London Tourism Bureau should be kissing your feet, Gorinda, because it's such a great promotion for London at Christmas time. It makes us all want to go.
I know. Well, London's my home, right? And my home, my city. And there's nothing really that quite beats London at Christmas, I have to say.
Yeah, we certainly...
And as soon as the lights start coming up, everyone starts getting that little bit more cheerful, less cynical. And, of course, it's winter and it's cold.
Yes.
So we're all sort of super getting ready for, family time at Christmas.
We've got us in the mood. I should tell you, we have a Christmas pageant here, Gorinda, where 300,000 people line the streets of Adelaide. We're only 1.5 million in our entire city. That's when Christmas starts for us, mid-November. So the family and I were so in the mood to see your film because we want to feel that Christmas spirit. You've always done so many great films about the lives of Indians living in England. What was it that made you excited to take a new take on A Christmas Carol?
Well, I love the film, Frank Capra's film, It's a Wonderful Life. That's sort of my favourite film. And every Christmas starts for me with that film. And I don't know about you, but when I watch that film, even though I know it inside out, I still get caught inside and I cry tears. And, and a few years back I was watching it, and at the end of it, I was like... I want to make a film that makes me feel like that every year, just sobbing, and it just is a great grounding thing to remind you about what is important about life and humanity. Mm-hmm. And so he was inspired by Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens literally lives up the road from me here, so I went to his house, walked around, went to the sitting room where he would, read poetry to his friends. I went to the kitchen where they made the figgy pudding and all this. And I basically took permission from him. I said, if you were me today, what would you do? And people I had known when I was a kid growing up, I was not quite a kid, but a bit older. We met this man who used to come to our house around Christmas, and he had the experience of my Scrooge. He was a kid growing up in Uganda, loving it, and then all of a sudden he had to leave for no fault of his own. He was expelled, and he came to Britain and really struggled a lot, but built his life up. But every Christmas when he was at our house, he would say, "What are you doing? Why are you trying to be white?" And we'd be like, "No, it's Christmas. This is what we do, And since I was a little kid, we used to, put stockings up, write letters to Santa. My dad would get the Chivas Regal whiskey out, be pouring that for Santa. We'd come down, oh my God, Santa's drunk all the whiskey. Oh, the carrots have all gone. My mum was like, oh, I put out samosas, they're gone. I said, no, Santa doesn't eat Indian food, Mum. No, but he did at that time for some weird reason. So, it was a big deal growing up for me. And Christmas is naturally a time where people feel more charitable and, more kind, I think. And I kind of wanted to capture that, London at that time. And Charles Dickens' story is a beautiful story of redemption. Someone who's so miserable, but until they kind of get over that, and I think a lot of people who suffer from depression are like that. Once they see another way of living and see the world differently, suddenly they get the joy of life and what it is that's important to be alive today. I think that Charles Dickens said in his novel that, to feel alive is to give. And it's when he starts giving away his money and starts helping people that Scrooge comes alive. And that's exactly what happens with my guy too.
It's so great you're able to tap into those personal experiences. You also touch on present day issues in this film. So the Christian holidays in multi-faith countries, you've got plight of immigrants, you've got income equality, and you've got the generosity, Gorinda, as you say too. So there, whilst this is a story from the 1800s, it's very much a present day story.
Oh my God, it's so relevant to today. And Charles Dickens was writing about great inequalities in his time. and Victorian England, and how he was so appalled, and how people with money seemed to feel that their lives were more important than the poor, sick people like Tiny Tim, basically. And I think we have that today in so many societies. We have sort of tech billionaires ruling the world now, and we have people who can barely make a living, ordinary families sort of scrimping and saving to bring their kids up and to look after their parents. And, I just think that it works for today. And I think Charles Dickens was sort of very brave at that time to make that story. And he turned it into a ghost story, obviously. And I think whilst I've employed the ghosts as well, I've kind of made it very real. It's a very real story for me. And in fact, Kunal Nair from Big Bang Theory, who plays my Scrooge, Sood, he said, I didn't play him as Scrooge. I played him as a character who's been through that and has turned to money to sort of protect him from struggle, to make him feel good. But he realizes in the end, money does not make you feel good, And so, it's kind of, it is Dickens, but it's also very real today. And I think there's also the other side of that, which is the joy, because Dickens is also about the joy of someone redeeming themselves and realizing what life is really about. And so, boy, this film has got the feel-good ending of all feel-good endings. And even I was like, oh, have I overdone it a bit here? Have I overdone it? And then I'm like, oh, it's Christmas, okay. But yeah, it is, it's worth the wait of seeing him change for the ending.
Well, let's hope too some of those tech titans, those billionaires, they become less Scroogey too. Start to share some of that wealth would be nice. It would have been a fun process for you, Gurinder, I'm imagining, casting for this film. You mentioned Kunal from Big Bang Theory, but you've got such an eclectic mix. Like Leo, we know from Vikings, Leo Suter. Then you got EastEnders Danny Dyer. Then Boy George is in it. Hugh Bonneville's in it. Billy Porter is always excellent anytime on the screen. Eva Longoria is great in this film too. Was it fun to go, right, let's just put all these pieces together?
Casting is such a weird part of movie making, because you start off with thinking, oh, wouldn't that person be great? Wouldn't that person be great? Yeah. And then as you go through the system of talking to people and thinking, well, who's available? Who's around? Just things, it's like a pack of cards. Everything just falls into place. And whoever was meant to play that role ends up playing that role. That's the only way that I can explain it. Like I've seen that so many times at casting. I mean, in Bend It Like Beckham, Kira was probably like the 30th young lady that came in that day, but there was something about her. I thought, oh, same with Aaron Taylor-Johnson in my film Angus Thompson Perfect Snogging. He came in, he was 60, and I thought, oh gosh. But the studio wanted someone else, so they were pushing for this other person who had a bit of a name. But I pushed for this young kid because I thought, oh God, he's got something about him. And then, of course, now Aaron's career is huge. And, so I think it's just, I just go with the gut, really, and someone presents themselves to me and I go, yes, I can see it. And with Eva, what happened with Eva, because that's the real crazy kind of bit of casting, really, in this movie. Eva asked me to present her directorial debut for an Academy screening, her film Flaming Hot. And so I did, and we did a lovely Q&A. And then after we had dinner, and she said, what are you working on? I'd love to work with you. And I said, I'm doing Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. And she went, hello, Mexican American, we own ghosts. We worship ghosts. We know all about ghosts, Ghosts are fun for us, kind of thing. And as she was talking, I just thought, God, she's absolutely right. Why not? Because Day of the Dead is such a big part of their culture. And I love the fact that Eva comes on speaking Spanish and my Scrooge says, excuse me, can you speak English, please? We're in England. Kind of like it's quite... I don't know. She kind of was no nonsense and worked.
Yeah. Gurinder Chadha is my guest, writer, director of Christmas Carmel, which is in cinemas as of this Thursday. Anytime you release art, Gurinder, this can happen. Some of the critics have come for you. yet the numbers and the people who are going to the films are loving it. Does that matter? Do you read into the criticism of some people, or do you just go, that's what happens in life? You release a book, a song. I mean, Taylor Swift's a great example of that. You know, for every person that loves her, there's someone who wants to knock her down. Do you take notice of any of those?
Well, I think there was a couple of guys, basically, one guy in particular who kind of went for us. And I think, sadly, what I think he was more interested in was kind of closing me down, I guess, you know. And unfortunately, I think he's going to end up looking a bit silly, really, a bit of a wally, because what's happening is people are coming out. We just got some poll results of people coming out of the film this weekend. And, you know, they do exit polls and they ask everyone, what do you think of the movie? And then you get percentages, just like political polls. And we got 88% excellent, go see the movie. So there's a massive disconnect there, I think, with some of the more older guys, I should say, you know. But I think also, you know, everyone's allowed their opinion. Everyone's allowed their opinion. And he has a particular view of the world. That's his view. And I have a particular view of the world. I just happen to think that my view of the world is more in keeping with the majority of people who will go and see a film like this, you know, who want to see a film like this, who want to share this world view that I'm presenting. Because I'm also presenting my worldview as it's not in isolation. I mean, like everyone, it's been a tough year. I mean, you know, that we've seen so much war and suffering, whichever side of the political spectrum you're on. You know, it's been a tough time, and I'm part of that. And so when I wrote the film, I didn't think it would come out in this year. I didn't know when it would come out because I didn't know when I'd get the money to make it. So it happens to have come out at the end of a year where everyone's just gone, wow, what a year that was, you know. And so we need a little bit of hope and a little bit of joy, I think, and just a kind of grounding of what it means to be human, which it comes from Charles Dickens, definitely, and I've gone the same way. So I think for people who are feeling like that, I think the film will speak to them. But I think people who don't necessarily see the world in the same way as someone with my upbringing, you know, they're probably, you know, going to be spitting in their tea with all the people who are writing amazing comments on the internet right now. I mean, and one thing that I'm always reminded of, and people kind of look at me and go, what? When Bend It Like Beckham came out, which I know people in Australia absolutely loved, right? When Bend It Like Beckham came out, there were some heinous reviews. And I remember the New York Times review of the film was so bad and so damning. And I was like, what is this guy thinking? What is he on? And he said of the film, he said, this film is not a true reflection of Asians in Britain today. You know, it was A.O. Scott. So I was like, wow, how can he say that about me? You know, like this is my own story. And people like relate to it, you know, like who are from my background. And sadly, the same thing is true now, is this guy's gone this way, but other people are going 4 stars, 5 stars.
You're like, hello, I'm an Asian in Britain. It's in cinemas as of this Thursday, Christmas Karma. Get into the Christmas spirits, folks. It is a modern take on a historical classic. Before I let you go, Gorinda, you mentioned Bend It Like Beckham. We love it here in Australia. Number 2, anything you can tell?
I can tell you that I am certainly working on going back to the story. I'm looking at how best I can update it, because those are big boots to fill, man. I mean, you know, the last thing I want is people going, oh, it's okay, it's not as good as the original. You know, I mean, that's why I haven't done anything for so long, you know. But with the rise of the Euros and the, you know, the kind of like how important female soccer is around the world, and we've been part of that history. I feel like there are young girls now who are watching that film over and over again, and I feel like I need to do something that can, you know, that can build on the legacy of that film. And so I'm working on it.
Excellent.
And I'm looking at the storyline and I'm coming up with things that I think are interesting. So let's see. But it will happen. And, I'm super happy that so many people still love that movie.
Oh, our Matildas here in Australia, our women's Australian soccer team, have exploded. It's just crazy how super popular they are. So
they're a phenomenal team, the Matildas, definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy. Congratulations on the film. Congratulations on your career.
So much.
Lovely to speak to you. Christmas Karma. I hope I got everything in there. Christmas, musical, comedy, drama. It's got it all. It's the Charles Dickens 1843 classic A Christmas Carol with a new twist, and it is in cinemas as of this Thursday. Writer, director, Gurinder Charter. Lovely to see you, Gurinder. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What do they all have in common? Pals. You know your pals want to have a good time, but what will everyone want to drink? That's when you need to speak to Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals will make sure you've got the right type of drinks, the right amount, and best of all, we'll make sure you've got the best labels that will keep everyone talking about your event. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Getting Westpac's lowest online variable rate on your home loan means you can breathe a little easier. You can sleep a little deeper. And you can focus on being a little more zen. For a home loan that gives you a little less to think about, apply online at westpac.com.au today. To get it done, it takes a little Westpac. Eligibility, exclusions, conditions, credit criteria, fees and charges apply. Variable rate offer available for online digital applications only.
Looking for a getaway this April? The 2026 AFL Gather Round has got you covered. From Adelaide Oval right through to the Barossa, get in on the buzz of South Australia during this week-long festival of footy. He's kicked the goal! Whether you're here for the footy, food or festival fun, AFL Gather Round is the place to be. Tickets on sale from December 3. Find out more at gatherround.afl.
The wait is over. It's here. The Care Alert Emergency Watch. In a sea of ordinary emergency watches, only Care Alert shines. Fall detection, GPS location. Its brilliance is in its simplicity. All in one elegant waterproof wrist essential. 24/7 protection. Your choice of monitored or non-monitored. This is the Care Alert Watch. Protect the ones you love. Visit carealert.com.au today.
If fresh fish and seafood is a feature of your family feasts, make sure you check out the Fish Factory. The Fish Factory process their fish direct from the fishing boats. You can't get fresher fish unless you eat it on the boat. You'll find the biggest range of South Australian seafood, from West Coast oysters to whole or filleted fish and much, much more. Find it all at the Fish Factory. South Australian owned and family run for over 40 years. Open 6 days.
5AA Afternoons with Leith Forrest.
Headline shortly with Tamira. On the other side, we'll speak to Jamie Jury. Hope you're watching the Complete Care live stream, Facebook and YouTube. You can always check in. Watch along as you're listening on 5AA, 5AA.com.au and the app. Before we get to headlines, you're a fan of Oprah Winfrey? She's a couple of weeks away from being here in Adelaide, the Big O. She's in conversation at the Entertainment Centre on Saturday, the 6th of December. Tickets are on sale now. You can get them from Ticketek, or you might be lucky enough to win them right now. If you would like to head along with a friend to see Oprah, caller number 5, 8223 0055. Go and see Oprah on Us.
Azamara Cruises Black Friday sale is on now with Phil Hoffman Travel. Save up to $6,000 on select European cruises in 2026. Plus, receive up to $500 onboard credit per stateroom. Experience boutique ships, immersive itineraries, longer port stays, and those thoughtful inclusions Azamara is known for. Complimentary beverages, gratuities, and exclusive cultural experiences that take you deeper into every destination. Hurry, offer ends 2nd of December. Phil Hoffman Travel. Visit pht.com.au.
Complete Windscreens, home of the Big Red Koala. We're a 50-year-old family-owned business that is now an RAA-approved repairer. So for chip repairs, supply and fit windscreens, tinting and ADAS calibration, make sure you tell your insurer or fleet manager you want Complete Windscreens on the job. For emergency glass repairs, contact Complete Windscreens for the best price, quality and same-day service. CompleteWindscreens.com.au, 220 Main North Road, Prospect, home of the Big Red Koala.
Harvey Norman Black Friday sale. Unbeatable deals on all the big brands. Save up to 40% on monitors, gaming accessories and Android tablets. Up to a huge 35% off Windows 11 computers. Up to 30% off Cricut cutting machines and presses. Up to 25% off printers and connected security. Up to 20% off headphones, digital cameras, networking and smartwatches. Up to 15% off DJI drones and MetaQuest 3S. Best brands, best range, best prices. There's more in store and online at Harvey Norman Black Friday sale.
South Australia, the countdown is on. By January 1st, all businesses and venues with public access over a certain size must have a defibrillator installed and clearly signed. Failing to comply could mean a hefty fine. Defibrillators Australia make it simple, with approved AEDs, cabinet signage and certification all ready before deadline. Don't risk it. Call 1300 33 1193 or visit defibrillatorsausstralia.com.au today. Defibrillators Australia, protecting hearts, keeping your business compliant.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Tamira Francis with the 3:30 news headlines. The Bureau of Meteorology's CEO has denied the recent website redesign cost almost $100 million. An erratic drink driver has lost his licence. Pauline Hanson says she's not bothered by her 7-day suspension from the Senate. And in sport, Adelaide Lightning assistant coach Georgia Crouch is set to step up and lead the team tonight against Townsville. The 5AA forecast, partly cloudy this afternoon, showers easing and a top of 21 tomorrow. Right now it's 23 degrees. We'll have more news for you at 4 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Always local. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Over the past decade, 5AA has helped raise over $1 million for Variety SA, the children's charity.
This year we continue our support of Variety and want to introduce you to some of the children your kind donations go towards supporting.
On Friday the 28th of November, tune in to 5AA from 6 a.m. with David and Will, and throughout the rest of the day you can bid for amazing items and also donate much needed funds going to help kids in need.
You cannot afford to miss this opportunity on what will be a truly special day, all thanks to Variety SA and $13.95 Adelaide's 5AA.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
Yes, we are so looking forward to Variety Radiothon this coming Friday. Thanks for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon, Complete Care live stream. Get on your Facebook and your YouTube now because you're about to see a very handsome man who is back on our screens on Channel 9. I'm speaking of the great Jamie Jury. He is back with his biggest and most important project ever, really. He's tackling our housing crisis here in Australia. Jamie, lovely to have you on. Welcome.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm looking at you on my live stream. You won Genetics Lotto, Jamie. Look at you. You haven't changed in... How long you been on our screens? 20 years?
Oh, mate, I think this is my 26th year on TV, prime time.
God, look at you.
So I'm a lucky boy.
You are going well. Well, what's the secret? How do I look like you, Jamie? What do I need to do?
Oh, mate, well... I think it's my mother's Sri Lankan skin that might help.
Yes.
And good Aussie sunshine.
Good genes. Well, it's great to have you back on the TV. You know how popular and loved you are. This is a great show. This is a great idea for a show, Jamie, because we've been talking about it on the show today. We've had a number of charities on today talking about our housing crisis, and you're doing something about it.
Well, look, you know, we are in the middle of one of the biggest housing crises we've ever had. We've got to build something like 1.2 million homes in the next 5 years, and we're 300,000 trades short of reaching that target. So if we're going to reach that target, at some point, either the building industry has to adopt some form of automation so that we can build houses quicker, or we're going to have to explore all sorts of other modern methods of construction. And that's what this show's about. It's about us building 3 houses for 3 families using 3 completely different types of modern methods of construction for 3 different budgets. And yes, we're one of those families. So we had to throw our house into the ring.
Yes. How did that conversation go? I mean, that's great. We get to see it firsthand.
Why don't we ask the missus? She's right next to me. Meeks, step in, darling.
Amika.
I'm surprised Amika hasn't left me yet, but here she is. She's
Lovely to see you, Amika. Are you excited to be on the TV and put your own house on the show?
Look, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the challenge. We love a challenge, the juries.
It's actually going to be the second ever 3D printed house in Australia. And it's 40% recycled cementitious material. We're told that it will happen in 5 days, and we still haven't built it yet. So the truth is, as this show goes to air, we'll be building this in real time. The other two families have already built their house.
Yes.
That's how crazy this show is.
But is there something deeper for both of you about this? Because it's all about sustainability and resilience and cost effectiveness. And, you know, you've got to build these fast because we are all in such need of homes.
Yeah, we are. And that's what the whole thing's about. But it's not just about building more homes in a faster, more affordable way. It's also about sustainability. So once you've actually built that home, can you afford to stay in there? The cost of living crisis is real. How do we reduce our energy bills? How do we build houses that tread more lightly on the planet? So all of these houses are off grid. We'll be sharing all of those secrets with Australia, and of course, you know, the house that was printed with using the tilt slab construction in Canberra, that was at lockup in 11 days. So these methods are real, and we're watching this unfold before our eyes. And I think we've adopted a very prestigious range of judges. In fact, the Federal Housing Minister for Australia, the Honourable Claire O'Neill, will be judging this with the head of the Green Building Council of Australia, Davina Rooney. We will go to Parliament House, present these three houses. They'll be judged on green, cost and speed.
Don't you think it's amazing, though, because you're not just making great television, you're making a difference at the end of the day. This could be the blueprint going forward.
Listen, we really hope so. That's you know, we want to create meaningful TV, but this is raw. It's warts and all. There are no scripts. We're watching both ourselves and the other two family build these homes in real time. So there's no kind of drama out here that's been pre-arranged. It's real. It's real. The stress is real. Have a look at Amika's face.
The stress is real. I'm actually 14 years old, and I look 38.
Well, do you know, Amika, you would know this too. Nothing. I mean, there's never any stress, is there, when a couple get together and decide to do renovations? I mean, there's never going to be an argument, a disagreement. Everyone's always on the same page. You know that.
That's right.
Always. We always have the same opinion, right, darling?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I can give you a little sneak preview of what we built last year.
Oh, see, here's Jamie Jury. So this is on our Complete Care live stream. Look at this house, Jamie.
Well, there we go.
Beautiful.
And there's the garden.
Yes.
Up here we've planted 230 plants, and there's our beautiful sustainable spotted gum staircase.
Beautiful.
And all our lovely furniture and bits and pieces. So all of this is 100% off grid. That's the secret. So we built a house without compromise on the last season.
Yes.
And this new season is about how we share some of those secrets with other families around Australia.
Oh, you know what? So you're ticking every box, plus it's stylish. Look, I mean, it's no surprise to you, it's your home, but look how beautiful it is. Like that. And if people can go forward with our housing crisis, we've got to try something different, Jamie. We need more homes in this country. So
we do.
If it's your show that's the catalyst for this, you know, credit to you.
Well, you know what? We can't go any higher than the Federal Minister for Housing. So we're going to take these homes straight to Parliament House and let them be the judge. And hopefully we can iron out some of the wrinkles in the DA process and speed up some of these approvals for the development application. Because if we couple that with sustainability and modern methods of construction, we might just solve this issue.
Jamie Jury's Future House is the name of the show on Channel 9. Jamie Jury is my guest. You can see Jamie and his beautiful home on our Complete Care live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Jamie, amazing with the 3D. There's the dog. What's the dog's name?
This is Luna. She's fast asleep. Don't disturb her.
You know when 3D, you and I probably, we weren't in school when 3D printers were sort of au fait for the kids. They're just printing away every day. The fact that you can now build a house 3D,
I know.
it's extraordinary, isn't it, this technology?
Well, the other, I rolled my ankle while I was on site the other day, and then I had a doctor say to me, "Oh, we can 3D print you a new ankle." I'm like, "Really? That's fantastic! Out of titanium, fantastic!" I mean, the technology's out there. We just need to adopt this stuff.
What's your farm life like? Because you're right into it, aren't you? All the animals, the bits and pieces.
Look, I am. Yeah. Look, this is where we live here in Avalon. But our farm, our weekender, is where we go to escape the madness, if you know what I mean. But so we have, we've got cattle and we've got sheep and we've got ducks and geese and all. And I'll give you, I'll share a small secret with you. I actually fed the geese the hen food, which was the egg-laying food. So now we have another 60 geese that we didn't know we needed because I fed them the wrong food, the breeding food.
Whoops.
So I'm a bit of an amateur farmer.
That's all right.
But I'm loving the soil out there in Bangalore and all that rich red earth that I can grow lots of fresh veggies in. And the kids just love being out in the open fields. So I think there's something really nice about reconnecting with the earth and having no neighbours, Leith.
Well, yes, that's nice, isn't it? That is very nice. I mean, if you get a good neighbour, that's great. But if you don't,
it is.
It can be somewhat of it. Well, you're doing your bit for the population growth, which we like. The popularity of these shows, renovation shows on television, people love them, don't they? They really get invested, and then you get the drama, not the fake drama that sometimes you see, but, you're going to have weather, you're going to have red tape, you're going to have all these things that all of us, if we ever do stuff to our homes, we face ourselves in our everyday life.
That's right. It's real, and I think I've spoken to couples who've waited 7 years for their DA to be approved, and they've simply just given up, and I think that process needs to be smoothed out. We've got to learn to love our neighbours and stop objecting to everything that goes on around us, and allow people to build their own things and be more accepting of that. I think when we built out here in the country, we didn't have one objection. We had 67 objections here, so it's a big difference. And people just get on with it, right? And so it's kind of, if you're building the right thing and you're working in a sustainable way and you're treading lightly on the planet, the council will support you, the community will support you, and life just gets a bit more blissful, doesn't it?
Have you always been about sustainability? When you started in the industry, was that something that's been important to you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I don't think you can study horticulture for 4 years and not love the planet. That's really important to me. And I trained with Al Gore to be a climate change presenter many years ago, 18 years ago. I've been working, I can remember doing my first Planet Arc commercial about biodegradable washing detergent in 1993. So yes, this has been well and truly alive in me for, almost 30 years now. And this is the show I've always wanted to make, because it kind of brings all the things that I think have made successful shows over the years: the drama, the beautiful before and afters, the innovation, the excitement, the exhilaration, the emotion. All those things are living throughout the Future House.
You've been in media a long time. You know how talkback radio works. You'll be surprised to hear, Jamie, there are members of our audience who don't buy in. They don't think about the wind and the solar and living off the grid and doing your bit, because we're just Australia, like the big Chinas of the world and all of these Indias, the billions of people. They're the ones who are polluting the planet. What does it matter if we have a plastic straw or if we don't, use solar panels on our homes, etc.?
Well, let me tell you the way that I would explain that to any of those skeptics out there. You wouldn't watch your neighbour throw rubbish out on the street. So let's not throw rubbish in the air. Let's not argue whether it's causing any climate change or not. Let's just not throw rubbish in our air and find out whether it makes a difference to our climate.
It's a great point. It is a great point. So we get to see you tonight on our TV screens?
Absolutely, yeah. I think there's a lot of excitement. You'll see us embarking on this journey of being real life guinea pigs, printing the second ever 3D printed house in Australia. So it's going to be exciting stuff, and you don't want to miss this. 8:30 tonight, Channel 9.
Correct. Channel 9 and 9 now. Before I let you go, where did the germ of the idea come from? Was it a conversation you were sitting around? Because you might very well, Jamie Jury, you might actually redefine modern housing in this country. Did it come?
I don't know.
Did it come across like as a dinner? Was it just a couple of drinks going, we need to do this, this, this? Hey, that'd make a great show.
Yeah. So this is an easy one. COVID happened. We all had, I think, a bit of a reboot about our careers.
Yep.
And at the time I was hosting House Rules, and I thought, you know what? House Rules got paused because of COVID. And then I thought to myself, what's the show I really want to make? What matters to me? And I started thinking about the house that I would build for my family. And I thought, you know what? Let's just turn the cameras back on ourselves and let's practice what we preach and let's build the greenest possible thing we can. And we did. And it's off-grid and it's beautiful and we love it. So we want to share some of those ideas with other families on this format, only we want to make it more affordable, more accessible, and even more sustainable, because technology is changing by the month. And what's relevant now wasn't relevant 2 years ago. You know, we interviewed a family just recently on the show, and they haven't had an energy bill in 3 years, and they're making between $6,000 and $8,000 profit just by selling their energy back to the grid from their solar system. Now, that is what I call tackling the cost of living crisis. So if we can do that and get more houses built at the same time, and liaise with the federal government of Australia, federal government housing, well, isn't that really, making some cut through and hopefully diverting a bit of change?
That is the way to do it. It's nice to have you back on our screens. Lovely to have the tour too. Thank you for showing us the beautiful Amika and Luna and your house. Very nice. What's your favourite part of the house? I mean, I'm looking at it in this complete care live stream shot that we're doing. They're hard to go past your staircase.
I'm a bit of a frustrated architect, and so the staircase for me is probably my favourite part, because we made this out of sustainably sourced spotted gum. And you can see,
it's beautiful.
The company that that actually sourced all this timber for us, they only cut down 5 out of every 700, and then they don't visit that site again for 35 years. And so, of course, the new ones regenerate, and that to me is sustainable harvesting.
That's right, like it's recycling in itself. Nice green space too. You've always loved the plants. Beautiful. There you go.
It's great.
Added bonus for us today. Well, thank you for your time. Thanks, Amika Forrest. We'll see Bo and Nash on the show as well. Jamie Jury, folks, he's back on Channel 9 tonight, 8:30. The show is called Jamie Jury's Future House. 3 families, 3 homes, 3 months, 3 budgets and modern methods of construction. Lovely to see you, Mika. Thanks for letting us into your home.
Good on you guys.
Hope we didn't wake Luna too. All the best. Great to see you. Jamie Jury and Amika there on the Complete Care live stream. You can see the show, as I say, 8:30 tonight on Channel 9. It's Jamie Jury's Future House. It's interesting, isn't it? So it could be a great way to say, right, this is how you do it, and now let's bring that into the states and the cities that need it. Houses that are sustainable and resilient and cost-effective and fast to build, and most importantly, they look good. These are stylish homes. We'll see you tonight on Channel 9 with Jamie Jury.
This Black Friday, treat yourself to Binge. Now just $2 for your first month. Don't have Binge? Sign up for December 8th at binge.com.au/Black Friday. Now that's satisfying.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Much on this weekend? How about a quick trip to Amsterdam? Dig into cones of Belgian fries topped with mayo, mini Dutch pancakes and indulgent Biscoff milkshakes. Stock up on authentic Dutch products, market-fresh produce and irresistible Dutch cakes made from scratch daily. Take a leisurely stroll past the windmill, admire the tulips and the Delft Blue. Visit Amsterdam this weekend at the Dutch Pantry, OG Road Clemzig, open 7 days. Just look for the big windmill.
It's game on with the Tasman X-Line Sports Bag, including side steps, sports bar and soft tonneau cover, all for $67,990 drive away.
Kia, movement that inspires.
That might be our best live stream yet. How beautiful is that home? The new Complete Care Alert Emergency Watch. Now, we had Mike and Darren Steele in here from Care Alert. They showed us this watch. It is unbelievable. This will be a game changer, this watch. You know how successful they are at Care Alert? Well, if you or a loved one living alone, the Care Alert emergency watch is something that you need. It is an absolute must. It is the simplest emergency watch available on the market. It will appeal, no doubt, to older South Australians and families too. It's uncomplicated. There's apps that are easy to use. There's buttons that are easy to use. You will not get in trouble. The brilliance of this watch is how simple it is. The clarity of the voice prompts is superb. So when you're talking to the watch, unlike some of these other voice activator programs, it's unsurpassed. The clarity is so easy. The fall detection is very accurate. It's immediate and it's brilliant there too. And it's got a GPS location too, just in case a person becomes lost. This is why Darren, Mike, all the team at Care Alert are so respected when it comes to this industry, because they purposely, deliberately, they had a look at every other watch on the market and said, right, how do we make a better one? They then spoke to elderly people and said, how can we make a better one? Essentially what they have is this amazing emergency watch which will keep people safe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's got key life-saving features too that no other watch has. You can contact Care Alert. You might be eligible for a free watch through either the state or the federal funding. You can visit carealert.com.au or call their easy-to-remember number, 1300 75 85 95. 1300 75 85 95. It's the Care Alert Emergency Watch. You will love it.
If fresh fish and seafood is a feature of your family feasts, make sure you check out the Fish Factory. The Fish Factory process their fish direct from the fishing boats. You can't get fresher fish unless you eat it on the boat. You'll find the biggest range of South Australian seafood, from West Coast oysters to whole or filleted fish and much, much more. Find it all at the Fish Factory. South Australian owned and family run for over 40 years. Open 6 days.
5AA Afternoons with Leith, Forrest.
No one wants to hang out with me in the studio today. Phil Hoffman wasn't here. I don't think the Sport Show's here either. Where are you, Tim Geneva? Oh, we'll come back to Tim Geneva. He's not on his microphone either. Well, we'll come back to you in a second, Timmy. Dennis is at West Lake Shore. G'day, Dennis.
How are you, Leith?
G'day, Dennis. Good, thank you.
Look, you had a good gentleman on from Food Bank today, and I'm a volunteer down at the FIVEAA conference with St. Mr. Paul.
Yes.
And we use them because they save us a lot of money. And we do about 30 calls a week with people wanting help all through Outer Harbour, all the way to the Royal Park. And Vinnie's do such a damn good job. We're doing 100 Christmas hampers this year.
Well done.
With toys and food and a Coles voucher for $50. And I just thought you should have someone on from Vinnie's to give them a bit of a plug.
Yeah, no, Dennis,
Because,
happy to do that.
Yeah. Food Bank at Woodville are so good. And they give people free fruit and veg and bread, and we use them. We used to use Foodland, but I got to tell you, Leith, a lot of the other charities don't do a lot now because they just can't do it. I mean, we pay bills too, and in certain instances, and it's a lot of people struggling. I think rent's the biggest killer.
Yeah, agree. Yep, rent,
You know what I
power,
mean, mate? Yeah.
Electricity. So, Dennis, I'll tell you what, we'll definitely do that.
100%. And another thing, Leith, you've got a very good voice, nearly as good as Jeremy Cordo.
Oh, gee whiz. I don't think I'm in that category, Dennis, but thank you.
No, you are.
I appreciate it.
You're a good listener.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. No, thank you for the heads up. Oh, absolutely. We love Vinnie's, and we've done a lot of work with Vinnie's in the past. A friend of mine, Joe, used to work for Vinnie's and was terrific in organising things for us, but we'll definitely do that because there's so many charities doing great work that need a little bit of help, our assistance, to try and help them out. So we're more than happy to do that. Yeah, Jaylee Cooper joined us from Catherine House, and she was terrific what they're doing for women and young girls who are in trouble there. And, of course, Greg Patterson from Food Bank SA was also terrific to have on the show. But we are happy to help out any charity because the incredible work that they do should be supported. Thank you, Dennis. Appreciate the kind words. Quite sure I'm Jeremy, but I appreciate that. Tim Geneva, speaking of caramel voices. Timmy!
Yes, hello and welcome. How's that sound?
I'm feeling very lonely today. No one wants to come and hang with me in the studio,
No.
but that means you're somewhere exciting, it would suggest.
Look, we are. Look, it is BP Adelaide Grand Final week. There's no doubt about that. It's getting exciting. The 500s are going to roll into town. It's going to be enormous, and we are down at Morn Team Ford, right on Port Road, Cheltenham. Yeah, I was a little disappointed it wasn't closer to home, but, the 1.6K was far enough for
That's
me.
right.
But it's going to be sensational. Rowie and myself will be talking to Ford drivers and all. Cam Waters, Thomas Randall, James Courtney, one of the legends who's actually giving it away, but will still do enduros, and his partner Aaron Cameron as well. So it's all happening down here. You can come on down and have a listen if you want. Like I said, Port Road, Cheltenham, the Morn Team Ford building, been here for about 100 years, so you can come down and join us. But we'll be talking to all of those. We'll be talking to Henry Alonga about all things cricket, but our Shield match at the moment, just in the balance. The Western Australians have bounced back. They're 3 runs in front with 8 wickets in hand. So we had a good first innings lead, but we'll see how that one rolls out. And of course, we've got a young man who ran 50 Ks 10 days in a row to raise money for pancreatic cancer. We're going to have a word to him, young Austin Forbes. A miracle marathon he did all by himself for 10 days, 50K a day. Unbelievable.
Why would you do that, Tim? I get to stitch in a car driving 50 Ks.
Exactly right. And I do know his actual dad. He played with me at Port and then went to South Adelaide. But his dad had to come back. He was helping him do harvest over on the peninsula. He had to come over and help him out.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, that would have been hard work.
Well, we look forward to the show. It's coming up very shortly. Lovely to have you on the Complete Care live stream too. Tell Sam to just lift his head and just give a wave to the good folk on the Facebook and the YouTube. You can say hello to us. A couple of beautiful cars there behind you too, Timmy. The Carzo choice.
A couple of Mustangs.
Oh, how good's
there's
that?
might be a Raptor out the back there and a Mustang here, showing all of my car knowledge all at once.
Well
so
done.
Don't waste it, all right?
James Courtney was on Dancing with the Stars too, from memory, so maybe he can sort of
good call.
twirl around the showroom for you, just for the
I reckon he's still got a little bit in him.
live stream. Looking forward to it. Thank you, Tim. Enjoy the show. We will join you very shortly. Sam Tugwell, Tim Ginniver, Stephen Rowe. Sports Show next.
Coming up next.